You're listening to the Platte River Bard.
Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And we are here with Voices in Alliance today. We are here with the whole cast.
Yay!
Holy cow, that's all five of them, the whole cast. Orange Julius, they're going to be putting that on. Voices in Alliance will be doing that at the Shelterbelt Theatre. That'll be July 15th through August 1st. They run Wednesday through Friday with a Saturday matinee. No Sundays.
No Sunday.
Saturday matinee. Wednesday through Friday. That's right. And we are here with like I said, we're here with the whole cast. This is fantastic. We have, I'm going to start off with a hard name because I know I'm going to screw this up. We have Randall Johanningsmeier.
That's right.
Oh, yes. Kevin Barratt.
Barratt, actually.
Barratt.
It's like carrot with a B.
But like carrot. Very good. Kerri Forrester.
Hey!
Yes, again. And Aisha Lomax.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. And then Connor Hoban.
Mine's probably the easiest to say.
It is. It's all right. All my stuff. Thank you guys for coming and talking with us about Orange Julius.
Yes.
Thank you for having us.
Oh,
That's awesome.
that's okay.
So how is rehearsal going?
Yes.
Yeah?
It's going well. We've got pretty much the whole show blocked. Today we're actually scheduled to run through it for the first time from start to finish.
Oh.
Yeah. No pressure or anything.
Right.
Yeah, big day.
Rehearsals have been amazing. Some of our actors came in like day one, off book.
Yeah.
Randall J. Oh my gosh, it's incredible. As well as Kevin and Connor, and just, man, seeing the professionalism is great. And so it's just like we've been able to get in depth with it pretty quick. And so, like Randall was saying, it's coming along and it's developing. We have blocking done, and again, people are off book, which is crazy for second week of rehearsals.
Yeah.
But it's made it to where we can really be creative and get immersive. And our director's name is also Randall.
Yes.
And he has been so inclusive in this process with us being able to say, well, this is what we're thinking, or this is how we think it should look. And it's really been a beautiful, not even labor of love, because it's just been, at least on my end of things, easy. Everyone is just really easy. And this story, though I think probably difficult to tell, it's been easy because of the inclusiveness that we all have together.
So what made you want to audition for this play? I mean, obviously this play it's about a complex relationship, so it's kind of a drama, I guess. Probably not a lot of comedy.
Yeah, it's a heavy subject for sure.
Yeah.
I know I can answer this. There aren't a lot of parts out there that are written for transmasculine people. So I saw this character description. I was like, whoa, this is actually written for someone like me. Yeah, I really jumped at that. But I've had a lot of learning to do about the other parts of the play, about the Vietnam War and Agent Orange, that sort of thing.
So who amongst you here would be good at sort of giving a non-spoilery sort of encapsulation of the play? Who's good at that? Everybody's looking at each other like, ooh.
It's difficult to put this play into a framework.
Sure.
It is a dramatic work, but I think there's humor as well. It's really a story about life, and it's a story about identity. One person, the character of Nuts, search for identity through their kind of nebulous relationship that they've had with their father. The family unit, a mother, father, and daughter, and then Nut, and then an estranged son who doesn't appear in the play, live kind of a mundane life, it would appear. And so it's a non-sequential or it's non-linear. It's a non-linear play, and that most of it takes place in Nut's imagination, trying to come to grips with the relationship with the father. And so they go into flashbacks that are really just imaginings in Nut's imagination, and then there's an imaginary character that appears in these flashbacks named Old Boy, who's kind of personifies the atypical soldier. And so it bounces from the mundane life of this family into these imaginings back into the world of this dying father. But it jumps all over the place. And,
Sure,
and
timeline-wise.
so it's hard to get a handle on, saying, oh, it's this or it's that. It's really a story about life and a pursuit of identity, and Nuts internalizing and imagining what their relationship would be with their father if they were in that Vietnam situation with them. That's the best way I can sum that up.
Interesting. And they describe it as a memory play.
Is that the
It's
sort of-
kind
Tennessee Williams wrote memory plays. It all goes back, again, into the main character's imaginings. What's not odd about this one, but what's striking about this one is that some of these imaginings actually happened and some of them didn't happen. And for us as actors and the director, and both Randalls can probably attest to this, it's hard sometimes to figure out, did this really happen, or is this an imagining, and we're still in that process. We're really, deeply into that process, and the more we delve into it, I think the more questions we're starting to ask ourselves.
This playwright
Yeah.
leaves a lot up to the audience's imagination as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so a lot of it I think will be based on the individual perspectives of the audience members, how people interpret things. Is that a memory? Is it an imagining? Is it somewhere in between?
Connor, do you want to talk a little bit about your character without giving too much away?
Yeah, you are Old Boy?
I am Old Boy. Yep. OL apostrophe. That's his.
Okay.
So Old Boy is, like Kevin was saying, basically a typical soldier. It's almost the perfect soldier in Nuts' eyes specifically, especially a lot of longing and a lot of desire to be this masculine character goes into who I identify myself as in their imagination.
Okay.
So I'm basically conjured throughout this whole imagination to be this specific person who has this giant, larger than life bravado and very demanding, and I swear a lot. so kids, be careful. But it's very almost stereotypical as a masculine character to have this big of personality. But
idealized.
Exactly. There's a lot of seriousness that comes with him, but there's actually a lot of humor that I feel kind of blends in with this, because he wants to be the biggest person in the room most of the time. And there are times that you feel that Old Boy is actually becoming more real than he was anticipated to be. So it's almost like he takes on his own kind of conscience at times. But that's what's kind of cool about Old Boy, is that eventually he doesn't really feel like he's being controlled. Maybe he can control himself. And I think that's the great thing about the bravado. He's like, all right, now I'm taking the reins. Like, I'm the biggest guy here. I'm the leader. I should be the one making the rules around here. And that's the kind of character that I try to portray. Obviously, I'm very loud, but there are moments where I do have this almost homoerotic relationship with the people that I'm around. It's just like a soldier should be. He's always around brothers. The people that he's dying with those are now his brothers. We're all here for the same reason, and we're all putting our life on the line. And that's what I am. I am the soldier who is there to protect my fellow people that surround me.
Wow. So did you know going into it that you wanted this role, or how did you come to the decision to audition?
So it was an interesting audition, because I kind of got reached out to at first, and I was very curious about it, because I did a little bit of looking into Old Boy. There's really not a lot to him. Like there's a lot that you can do yourself, and you can make this character whatever you want him to become. which is the coolest thing about this, about what the playwright did with most of these characters. We can all interpret it in many, many different ways. So it was pretty great for me. As soon as I saw hypermasculine, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. I played hypermasculine characters before. Most of the people see me, if you put me in a film, you probably call me the heavy. So I'd be the guy who's getting beat up or being mean to somebody, being the bully kind of guy. Yeah. But it's not just about that. But yeah, I saw this and I saw military soldier. I think that's great. It kind of goes back to my grandfather. He was in the Vietnam War. So this is kind of cool to put myself in perspective of a situation where I could be one of those people that can relate to what he might have gone through, or what kind of situations he could be at hand with, and or how close he could get with his fellow comrades, and kind of experience my own version of what the Vietnam War could be taken as in my own mind. Especially as old boy, I'm allowed to be who I want. This person wasn't real. This person, it was made up, but there is a lot that can come with him.
Yeah. Great. Awesome. That sounds like a fun character to do.
It is a very fun character. It's one of my favorites I've actually done so far. So
Kerri is not new to the podcast. Hello.
Hi. I'm so happy to be back. Thank you.
And Kerri's very busy because Kerri has not just this production, but another production that she's working on at the same time.
Yeah, I play Aretha Franklin in another production in a musical, so it's pretty darn exciting.
With coordinate part. So how are you managing both of these? And tell us a little bit about your character as well in this play.
Awesome. Well, I love theater. I was made for this. I can say that, I think when you feel it and you know. And so I would love if I was doing this 12 hours a day, 8 days a week, you know what I'm saying? That would be awesome. And so this isn't my first time doing 2 shows simultaneously. We'll be in Tech Week while I'm opening the other show, but I'm used to, even at the Playhouse, on main stage, going to rehearsals for, like the kind of black box type theater. And so, but I'm loving being able to be a part of a lot of productions. I don't think I've slowed down. Since the last time we spoke, I was diagnosed with metastatic cancer.
Oh my gosh.
And so I understand, going through the chemo and the radiation and the surgeries and all of that, that didn't feel like it was helping. But what did help was theater. And I love life. Please don't get me wrong. So I hope that it comes across the correct way and people can really understand when I say that I needed something to look forward to. I needed a reason to get out of the bed.
Sure.
Yes, of course, kids, you want to get out the bed for them, but no, they can lay by mommy and hold my hand. No, I needed a reason to get out of bed. I needed a moment where I didn't have to be Kerri Forrester with metastatic cancer and pain or living in the cancer center. I would literally leave the cancer center and go to the theater. And so I appreciate Randall for reaching out to me and giving me another opportunity and another reason to get the heck up out of the bed, do what I am meant to do, and to be here. And this show has been beautiful. It's touched me in a way this character is me. Her name is France. She is the mom of Nut, the wife of Julius, and the mother of Crimp, played by Aisha.
Yes.
And I have another son that we say we don't see, but I don't know. I'm kind of looking at old boy's character like I'm thinking that's my kid, So, but it's, again, you got to come and you got to see, the show and make your own interpretation. But she is a caretaker. She caretakes a lot in the show. People that are sick, the grandmother, even there's mentions of like the grandfather, her husband as he becomes ill. I have 7 kids at home. My father, stage 5 kidney failure, taking care of him. And he has a lot of the same symptoms even that my husband has. So I'm finding myself saying in the show lines that I actually say in real life. Wow. She caretakes so much that she kind of gets that caretaker burden, where she gives so much and maybe forgets to give a little bit to herself and whatnot. And so she's not crazy. She just got to a breaking point at times. And so she has her own ways of coping with that you'll find in the show. But I think everybody, if you're a parent, if you're a child, if you're a brother or a sister, if you're a person that is there for other people, I think it's going to be very easy to find yourself within France if you're always holding up an ecosystem together. And so I really think that people will resonate with her. And I'm eager to be able to get out my frustrations and say what I want to and yell what I really want to at home, but I can't. So I appreciate France.
Wow. What a crazy thing for the life and theater to come together for you like that.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Yeah. And probably feels pretty...
Oh, it feels so good.
Yeah, therapeutic.
Very therapeutic. Very.
So Aisha plays your daughter.
Yes.
And Aisha's daughter's name is Crimp. So do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes.
For sure. So I play the role of Crimp, and Crimp is the technically the middle child. Again, the unseen older brother. Technically the middle child, but for all intents and purposes, playing the eldest here in this play. And I see my character as someone who is the somewhat emotional support of Nut, who is going through like all of these different types of things, but just like a sibling, just like how an older sibling will have that dynamic with their younger sibling, right? And it's not antagonistic in any way. There are moments where it's like, you're annoying me, but like it's all love there. And I think I definitely appreciate that about this character. And you'll see why she's called Crimp. I mean, I guess I won't give that away. It's not like a spoiler or anything like that, but like come see the show. So like, you know what I mean? And I think I really like that dynamic. It's like the way that I have approached Crimp is, what's my relationship to everybody here? What's the relationship to, with my parents? I have like kind of my own ideas of like, like standing up for Nut, defending them against my dad, and then my mom, who's just like I can't, like sometimes, you know what I mean? And so I think that I can really relate to that as an elder sibling and having younger siblings, and just like that kind of like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of like emotional pressure that's, placed, upon me. And yeah, I think this play it's been really fun, and it's been a nice way to just kind of find this character and see who she is throughout the entire thing, because she plays kind of different ages, you know what I mean, and just trying to find that like through line throughout the entire thing. So yeah.
How did you come? I guess since we never talked to you before, how did you come to the theater?
I just kind of found my way into performing just in general. Years and years ago, around the time like I was in college, I went to Creighton, and that was kind of when I, was like taking a lot of dance classes, really interested, and then, did the musical senior year, and then through that, I ended up just doing a few productions, just kind of in the chorus, around town, but I didn't really immerse myself in it. It was just kind of like, oh, this is fun to do.
Sure.
And then I moved away from here for a long time, and so I took a different avenue of acting, pursuing TV and film and commercials, which is what I did. And so Coming back, it's been really great that I, been able to do, I did, even though it's not about this, I did Primary Trust, and that's how I was in contact with Randall, and he asked me to come aboard, and I was like, okay. I was just like, well, what is this show about? And he sent me the play, and I was like, this is interesting. I'm like, but yeah, like why not? And so that's kind of been my journey. So it's been really great just being able to connect and meet other fantastic actors and just really learned from them, because again, theater's not my first medium, so it's just different, and so that's been really awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Everybody comes their own way.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, how did you come to the theater, my friend?
Hi, I'm Randall Johanningsmeier.
Yes, Randall, yes.
I'm playing Nut in this play.
Yes,
Who's
indeed.
kind of the narrator.
We finally got back around to you. I know it's coming back around.
I did, I'll simplify a little bit. I got really into theater as a high schooler. I think like a lot of teenagers, I found a social place in theater and took these amazing classes. I went to Westside High School and got some really amazing theater education there, actually. Shout out Mr. Stahl. As I've gotten back into theater, I've realized how much I learned there that other people get in college. I went out of state for college to Swarthmore College near Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really do much theater there at all. I studied math and art. And I think part of that was I wasn't sure what parts I could play anymore. And so when I moved back to Omaha 2 years ago after graduating college, I wasn't really thinking, I'm going to audition for things, I'm going to act in plays. But it sort of happened one project at a time, and I ended up doing a lot of work at the Rose Theater for younger audiences. Yeah.
Cool.
Played Romeo in Romeo and Juliet for a touring production around to high schools.
Excellent.
So that kind of started it off, and I met some amazing people, and then one thing leads to another. Now I've done so many productions
As
the last
always,
2 years.
yes, that's the thing. Yep.
Yeah, but I actually, because that was how I got back into theater after a little while, I ended up doing a lot of Shakespeare. So this is the first time that I'm getting to do a full-length contemporary production. So it's really, a lot of the same tools are being used, but it's different. It's refreshing.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
So your character and Kevin's character probably have a lot of dialogue between the two?
You guys kind of hold the central story here, the father-son
Yeah, I mean, it's called
relationship.
Orange Julius, but it's not story. I think Orange Julius probably just was the playwright's clever way of tying in a name. And,
okay, fair enough.
And,
well, that's interesting, because
when
I tell people about this play, I start with Julius.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It's dangerous to talk this early in the process because what we may end up with may be completely different. I don't think so.
That's cool.
Julius is in the late stages of ailments that he's gotten allegedly through his service in Vietnam. So that's the tie-in to Agent Orange, napalm, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It would be easy to look at this family and say they're dysfunctional, but I don't think that's the case at all. I think they're really a typical American family, and they have their ups and downs and highs and lows. And I think that's kind of the beauty of the way it's written, is that they're not cut and dried. It's one way or another. They're very complex individuals. I think Julius is very guarded and has lived a guarded life, mostly due to that wartime experience, and consequently has hidden much of what his real feelings are. And I think what the play brings out through Nut's imaginings, even though they are imaginary, is that it starts to chisel away at that facade. And I think you start to realize, or Nut starts to realize, that they knew their father much better than they realized, that they saw a lot more love and compassion, and also the opposites in the process. It just took a while to sort of find that. So I think that's part of what the beauty is. But yeah, we talk a lot. Nut talks the most. Nut is the one that really has to hold, this whole thing together.
Right, and the play is also this. It's sort of disjointed. It's it'll be a scene from when Nut was 6 or 7, and then it'll be a imagined version of the Vietnam War, and then it'll be a scene that happens when Nut is 21, and
Okay.
And the war stuff, I think that's important to remember, is that it's seen through a lens. Nut's lens is through movies like Platoon and Apocalypse Now, and things that were shown to them by the father.
Sure,
and so
sure.
Nut's realization of Vietnam isn't necessarily something that's historically correct. It's
the Hollywood
affected
version,
by
yeah.
what they've been introduced to by the parents.
Very interesting. Yeah,
And all
because
those,
of course, yeah.
yeah, those connections are made in Nut's mind. I mean,
Yeah.
they're really like one thing. They'll seem unconnected, but there's always one little connection that sparks the next memory or the next imagining.
And so we're still just trying to find those, and they jump out at you at the surprising places, and you go, oh wow, that's what that means.
And I like, and just from this perspective, it sounds like it's a very inclusive play. I mean, it's got opportunities for all these different characters, for different actors to choose from. That's kind of, it can sometimes be rare, you know, to be able to have such a diverse cast as well.
Yes, which is a good place to say it is written by.
Here we
Basil
go.
Crimental.
Yeah.
I'll stick my neck up.
You're a man. You did it. You look at that. Yes, it is.
Basil's listening. If it's Basil, we apologize.
That's right.
Find out.
Like, say your name publicly.
That's right. Please. We're Americans, so we're gonna say Basil. It's just how it is. But now, do the kids still live at home with Dad, or have they moved out already? Or
So it just depends
Or
on
they're
where
taking care of 'em.
It depends on where we
In
are
the timeline.
in the timeline. But yes,
Gotcha.
it's a majority of like we're all still in one house together.
okay, that's what I kind of think.
Yeah, I mean, in the final stages of Julius's life, I don't think the kids are living there.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
they're visiting and they're helping France try to provide care.
Right.
So they're living there in that sense, but I think they've gone their own ways, and Crimp certainly is married and has their own life, right?
But it's beautiful, like they said before. This is not just a story about just a family. Again, this is a story about identity, transformation, growth, death, love, the absence of it. It's a very layered story, and like you said, it's a very diverse cast of diverse characters. Where again, I'm on a great like mental health journey. I don't know if anybody else's algorithm is kind of coming up with words and whatnot, but you can see the how people and individuals and as a family deal with PTSD, anxiety, depression, ailments, sickness, cancers, and all the things. And so again, burnout. I believe that audiences will leave feeling, hopefully, more curious about the people that they connect with, not knowing everything that everybody carries. This show is it's almost like a one-person show per se, but where you get to see the other characters rather than the person just telling them about them. Like, no, you actually get to physically see that and kind of hear the dialogue, but it is set up like a one-person show, which are always entertaining, but again, that cool element is being able to actually see the interaction. And again, I really think that people will connect with it deeply.
That's awesome. Now, I'm kind of curious, Randall, as a transmasculine person, you said, and playing that kind of character, how did Basil do writing your character?
Well, Basil is also a trans playwright.
Okay.
So it's
Did not know
it's pretty
that.
good. And a nice thing about this play is it's also like not exactly about that. It's not like a transition play.
Right.
Which I think, forgive me for putting words into the other Randall's mouth, but I think he has said that was a reason why he chose this play.
Because that wasn't exactly what it was about.
Well, because so many queer plays are like completely about being queer and at the
Fair.
center. And it's important in this play, but it's never really even explicitly mentioned.
Okay.
Which is very which is a lot like the experience of living as a trans person. In my experience, it's different for everybody, but most of the time I'm just living my life, and then every once in a while something brings it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So let's not forget now. It starts July 15th, runs through August 21st. Now that's going to be at the Shelterbelt Theatre. It's being put on by Voices in Alliance, and you can get tickets through viaomaha.org, voicesinallianceomaha.org. So, and they're going to run Wednesday through Friday with Saturday matinees, no Sunday.
No Sundays.
Sundays for golf.
There you go.
Rest.
Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you,
So
everyone.
nice to
Thank
meet
you.
Thank you so much.
Always a blast.
Yes, break all the links.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.